of why this is happening, who is involved, and how can we bring it to an end. So the trucks continuing to burn in various provinces, authorities and stakeholders scrambling to find the perpetrators. Everyone wants to get to the bottom of this. Well, earlier we heard from the Road Freight Association's Gavin. Now, he suggested to us here on air that the All Truck Drivers Forum might be involved. Well, let's get the views then of the forum. I'm joined by Mr. Sifiso Nyathi for a right of reply and to get his thoughts on what's going on. Mr. Nyathi, good morning to you. Is your forum involved in these attacks? Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for the opportunity. What Mr. Kelly says, no, it's not our members. And as we don't know who's those people. But first of all, what is happening on the road, that for touching trucks, as an organization, we condemn that, we criticize that, it's not acceptable. So we not support what's happening, right? So, but when we talk about us as ATDF and trucking issues, everybody know at home, everybody know, it's not the first time we talk about this issue. Even Mr. Kelly himself, he know what's the problem. He must, in this situation, because of their members and other people, or in other truck owners, other operators, they no effect. He himself, he knows there's no change on their members, there's no change to other operators. Today and tomorrow, still they operating for they employing foreigners. That side, what is provoking, what is paining us, it's never changed. That side, we speak to the department, we speak to the government, we speak to them, RFA, TASA, all those, he proposed the freight, NIASA. So, we've done everything to address the issue. What is paining us as South African people? What we address our grievances.
Talk to me about those grievances, Mr. Nyathi. Sorry for interrupting. I just want to make sure everyone understands what are the grievances, because Mr. Kelly also raised your grievances. Just remind me what they are, because are we talking about illegal foreigners getting jobs? Are we talking about foreigners getting jobs that you want? Help me understand the issue.
That's what I'm trying to say. Actually, let me correct that. We never said foreign national, they took our job. They were giving, you understand? They were giving by truck operators, by deliberately break a law. That's the issue we raise. This truck, the sector should be combined in bargaining culture. The operators they're operating without bargaining culture. There's a structure called bargaining culture. Everyone who got a truck, they operate the way they like, which is against in the regulation of the trucking industry. The cheap labor for foreigners, and they're working up normal hours. That's why we have so many accidents. The main issue, we are South African, we're not getting a job by deliberately by those companies in our bad country. It's against the law to employ a foreign national in our country, while this sector is not a scarce skill. I can tell you, I can prove you. If the company got 10 position, they want drivers. You find 1,000 people for a 10 position. It's what it's telling you. There's a poverty. There's a poverty created by deliberately those truck operation. But no one pointing a finger to them. Kelly must talk effectively. We in this situation because of their members.
So how long is this issue being brought to the attention of the authorities? How long has this been going on for, that you say you're not getting answers? Who are you talking to, and why do you think it's taking so long for anything to change?
It's about 6 years now, since 2018. So I'll jump. We approach our bargaining council, we approach labor, we approach all departments, transport, labor, even home affairs during that time. And then that thing is went to the minister on the government level. We spoke to the minister. Let me remind you, 2020, there was a task team on the national, was established by Babu Mesi, the Department of Labor. Then we adopted a document there. In that document, I can share to you this document. The point number one, they said all 9 provinces, the premiers, they'll form a forum with all stakeholders and departments. They deal with this issue. After those premiers, they take a report straight to Babu Mesi, to the department. From there, they take to the office of President, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa. So, ask them, that thing can happen. There's any change? No. That's why still employers, they employ foreigners. Let me remind another one. Last year, 20 June, we were there in Pretoria on the presence of 4 ministers, Labor, Home Affairs, even Transport, even Home Affairs, even Police. And the
so you've taken this to the very highest levels that you can, Mr. Nyathi. So I just want to make sure I understand your call. So your organisation is calling for no foreigners to be given driving permits for these trucks. You only want locals. Is my understanding correct?
That's it. It's not a xenophobic. Driving is not a scarce skill. If you ask me, when you got a chance, ask Mr. Nyathi, in trucking industry, foreigners should be employed. The answer is no. Ask him in his office, anyone, these operators, did he apply to employ foreigners? In which reason? The answer will be no. No one granted. They break a law. Ask him what he's doing about these operators while they're pointing a finger to the drivers. Let me emphasize something. We find people they're mooning about economy. Economy for who? For minority. If I got 200 trucks, I employ 200 drivers and 50 spare drivers. In the office, the foreigners. Wash bay, the foreigners. Mechanic, security, truck drivers. Did I pledge anything in this economy of this country? Why we mooning other side? What? But we're not mooning other side. We're mooning when people are protesting. Yes, it's supporting economy. But I'm an investor here. But the money is, the people I employ, the money is not generating in the country. It's generating at other country. It's not a sabotage.
Talk to me about the drivers that have been attacked, Mr. Nyathi. I need to try and get a sense of those who were attacked. The trucks, it's now 20 over the past few days. Were the drivers of those trucks foreigners or locals? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know? How much do you know about who is involved in attacking these trucks? Can you say confidently that this is because there's foreigners driving these trucks? Is that the reason to your understanding?
What's the question? Who I know? Please give the question again.
I'm sorry, I will ask. I'm sure that the line might be a bit of an issue. Do we know for a fact that these attacks on these trucks, Mr. Nyathi, is because of foreign drivers?
I don't know the fact, but what I'm telling you, okay, let me tell you, let me answer like that. We speak to the government, we speak to the department, we speak to the Truck Operators Association. There's a promises, there's a document, there's no change. This side, those operators still employing foreigners. You think the people of South Africa can sing hallelujah, they can sing because in South Africa, while there's no change, that's right, the promises are not implemented. Who's behind it, I don't know, but we suspect that the drivers have no hope to ask even to government. Because, let me tell you something, the data of not getting a job or unemployed is different than protest of service rivers. It's something else. Is a serious issue. Government and those investors who are mourning about the economy, they should be taken serious.
Let me ask you this, but I think you've made your point. I think everyone is getting your point, Mr. Nyathi. Just in closing, very briefly, are you going to be assisting authorities in helping find these perpetrators? Are you willing to assist?
I'll assist if they want assist. I can assist.
Okay. I'm going to say thank you very much indeed for making time and replying to what Gavin Kelly said to us earlier. The Road Freight Association, let me make sure I get that right. Road Freight Association CEO saying to us earlier that there was a suggestion that this ATDF, it's this Allied Truck Drivers Forum, was actually involved in this. That was the Truck Drivers Forum saying they're absolutely not involved.